Hello guys, this is Amesora28. So today is Friday the 13th, and Friday the 13th is especially for scary stories. So today today I'm going to react to urban legends in Asia. So this is a video from Sneaky Sushi which I'm going to react to. You can go to his channel, subscribe to his channel, watch his video over there. I'll put that link in the description. Also, please subscribe to my channel. You can click on subscribe, use bell icon to know or to get every entertainment content that is there. So usually I don't do spooky stuff, or I stay away from spooky and everything stuff, but this is kind of hilarious video and it's Friday the 13th, so I thought, well, why not? So without further ado, let's dive in.
Managed to go ghost hunting in the middle of the night alone in a cemetery. Well, you silly goose. That's because I have inside information on how to defeat every horrifying Asian folklore creature or demon. Today we'll be taking a look at Asia's most horrifying folklore creatures slash demons and how to defeat them and what their weaknesses are, and we'll be rating them on my tier list that is intentionally designed like that and not because our printer ran out of ink. And the first creature we are going to be talking about is the legendary, infamous Pontianak. The Pontianak, also known as Kuntilanak in Indonesia, is a legendary ghost in Malaysian and Indonesian folklore. It is one of the most feared supernatural beings in Southeast Asian mythology. The Pontianak is believed to be the spirit of a woman who died during childbirth. This tragic death, coupled with the pain and suffering associated with it, transforms her into a vengeful spirit. The name Pontianak is derived from Perempuan Mati Beranak, which means woman who died in childbirth in Malay. Oh, I did not know that. I didn't know Pontianak is like a combination of so many Malay words. That's interesting. I mean, I already knew that because I'm an expert in Asian demons. That's why I'm not afraid and I know how to defeat them. Totally knew that. And here are the characteristics and appearance of the Pontianak for those of you who don't already know. I mean, most of you who are watching this already know, but anyway, the Pontianak is often depicted as a beautiful woman with long black hair, red eyes and pale skin. She is usually dressed in a long white dress, which adds to her ghostly appearance. That's why those of you who watched my Bukit Brown Cemetery video, we thought we saw a Pontianak because a woman was dressed in a long white gown and she just peeked out like that. Yeah, you can go watch.
Okay, so I have a question. You have watched till this time, so I'm going to pause right there and I'm going to ask you a question, a simple question. Okay, why ghosts are always dressed in white in every culture? No matter in which country you are, no matter which part of world you are, why ghosts in the night wear only white? Does ghost doesn't have any fashion sense? Like, if you see, there are a lot of fashion shows like Met Gala and everything. Why don't ghosts try something new, different color, or something different outfit? Why they are always in white? Why? I have a question. If you know the answer, please comment down in comment section. Okay, that's my question is, why they always wear white? They can wear gray, they can wear black, they can wear any other color. Why white? I mean, I will give you an example. Okay, I'm from India. Okay, so in my country, wherever this they talk about ghosts or ghost stories, they're always in white. Like, if there's a ghost woman, then she will be in white sari. Right, at the night she will be wandering around in white sari. Why is that? Why can't ghost wear any other color? If you know the answer, please let me know in the comment section below.
Video if you want to see that. Despite her initial beauty, she transforms into a terrifying figure with sharp fangs and long claws, especially when attacking her victims. The Pontianak is known for haunting specific locations, particularly those associated with trees, especially banana trees. It is said that she resides within the trunks of these trees and emerges at night to prey on unsuspecting victims. And it is also commonly said that when a Pontianak is nearby, you would hear the sound of an infant crying, or the infamous smell of the frangipani flower. I think I've definitely heard this one before, as with many of you. Even when you go night walks alone with your date at night, if you smell flowers, especially frangipani flowers, the rule is you don't say anything until
The rule
you
is
exit
run.
the area. So the mode of attack of the Pontianak, she lures her victim by mimicking the cries of a baby or a beautiful woman in distress. When someone approaches, she reveals her true form and attacks. She is known to disembowel her victims with her sharp claws, and sometimes she sucks their blood or internal organs. How do you even suck the internal
Ew.
organs from a bite? That must be a fucking strong suck, man. I'll suck all the organs. So now we come to the weaknesses and
Okay, one more thing. He said that Pontianak stays in the banana trees, but over here in many like festivals we use banana trees as auspicious things. So it's also interesting that some things are auspicious in some places and are considered bad in some places. I'm not saying that he's considered bad, but Pontianak living in banana trees, it's not considered in India. So yeah, it's interesting how the things are different in all parts of countries. One more thing I want to say, he said like sucking their organs. It's gross. How 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 she do that? How? I mean, she's gross, but yeah, it's gross.
we come to the weaknesses and protection of the
Weaknesses.
Pontianak. How would you defeat a Pontianak if you see it in the wild? One of the most well-known methods is driving a nail into the back of her neck. This act is believed to transform her back into a normal woman and render her powerless. Interesting. So I guess carry a box of nails when you go
Box of nails and a hammer.
night walk. Protective charms. Using certain charms or talismans, particularly those blessed by a shaman, can ward off the Pontianak. Avoiding her domain, staying away from banana trees or areas known to be haunted by the Pontianak is a common precaution. Like even in army, like whenever we see a banana tree in like night marches, we'll be like, hey, banana tree, but yeah, I never really saw anything. Overall, the Pontianak is a deeply ingrained figure in the folklore of Malaysia and Indonesia, and I would say Singapore as well.
So let's say if you're on a date, ladies especially for you, if you're on a date or if you're out with a guy and he's carrying a hammer and a nails, doesn't mean he's like Jason from Friday the 13th or something. He's just getting prepared for Pontianak.
I would say Singapore as well, embodying themes of tragedy, vengeance, and the supernatural. I mean, the fact that she sucks our internal organs, I think that's quite a scary thing.
Yeah,
that's
and
why
gross.
I would rate her a. It's the Pontianak looks so scary. Look at that. Imagine seeing that in the forest at night. Huh? Pontianak definitely gets a strong A. The Penanggalan. The Penanggalan is a terrifying creature from
Ew.
Malaysian and Indonesian folklore, particularly prevalent in the states of Kedah and Perak in Malaysia. It is also
If you
known
see
in
her
Thai
organs are
folklore
hanging,
as the
that's why I said
Krasu. Yeah, so one thing I noticed is that it's funny how the same demon or same spirit, it has similar origins and looks
Yeah, that,
across
like I said
different
earlier.
cultures. I don't know, like who the hell is telling
It
these
looks
stories.
different across
According to
culture and
legend, the Penanggalan is
See,
often
her
a
organs
beautiful
are
woman
like
who
that.
has made a pact with dark forces or practiced black magic to obtain beauty, youth, or power. However, this practice comes with a terrible price, resulting in the woman becoming a Penanggalan. I have to say, if I had to choose to be any demon or spirit, it would not be the Penanggalan. Just look at how fucking disgusting it
Ew.
looks. It looks gross, man. Like, who would
Yeah.
want to be this? You're basically a head with dangling internal organs. That's
Yeah, exactly.
gross as fuck. Your insides are exposed to the world. The Penanggalan's head and organs glow faintly in the dark, or an easy target to kill. Why would you want to glow? I thought the whole point is like to be sneaky and attack your victims
Yeah,
without
exactly.
them knowing. During the day, the Penanggalan appears as an ordinary woman. It resumes its normal appearance by soaking its organs in a vat of
Ew.
vinegar to shrink them and fit them back into its body. So what if she can't find a vat of vinegar? She just like bo pian, just stay as a floating head. So she has to find a vat of vinegar to soak her body.
Yeah,
to
where's she
shrink
going
it
to
back.
find
Also,
vinegar?
doesn't vinegar like suck out all the moisture from her internal organs and kills her?
I think there
Yeah,
was
actually.
like an urban legend that I read online also. Like this guy, he has 2 wives or something like that. He suspected that his wives are Penanggalans. So at night, right, when the head was detached, he went to swap their body.
What the fuck? Sounds like a good plot for a movie though.
Then when the head come back, right, they attach themselves
My
to
tits
different.
grew bigger. That's not my tits.
Like they said, modern problems require modern solutions.
for its vampiric tendency, so quite similar to the Pontianak as well. Feeding on the blood of its victims, it specifically preys on pregnant women and young children. It enters home by squeezing its organs through small openings like windows or gaps in walls. It uses its long, snake-like tongue to drain the blood from its victims, often while they sleep. So how do you defeat the penanggalan? Honestly, it sounds pretty easy to me. How I would do it is like just use a fucking bamboo pole and just whack it down lah. Or use a pitchfork to stab its organs and just keep stabbing it. Honestly, looks kind of weak to be honest, with all its organs just dangling out. If the penanggalan's body is discovered while the head is detached, destroying the body will prevent the head from reattaching, ultimately killing the creature. Okay, so when the lifeless body, when the head detaches, find the body and kill it. Its unique method of hunting and horrifying appearance make it one of the most memorable figures in regional mythology. I would agree that its appearance makes it one of the most memorable figure just because of how grotesque and ugly and disgusting it looks. But in terms of strength, when rating it on the tier list, it honestly sounds quite weak and easy to defeat. That's why I'm gonna put it at a C. What? No E and F? But on purpose, we excluded the E and F. That's on purpose. And now we...
Okay, so why so far? If you see that the both are related to like pregnancy or birth, issues in birth or stuff like that. So I have one more question. Okay, so let's assume it's midnight, and if you heard a baby is crying. Okay, you are let's say you are at home and you're close to a jungle and you heard a baby's crying and you heard his screams from crying and scream from jungle side. Will you go alone at midnight to that jungle to see what's up? Will you? Please let me know in the comment section what you will do. Will you go or you won't? For me, no. For me, no. I will wake up in the next morning and go and check it out. But at night, at middle of the night, coming from jungle, a baby's crying voice, I will never go alone. As far as it goes, my opinion goes. Let me know about yours. Will you go and check up on the baby or not?
Japan, the Kuchisake Onna. Kuchisake Onna, also known as the Slit-Mouthed Woman, is a prominent figure in Japanese urban legend and folklore. Her story is one of the most well...
This sort of reminds me of Heath Ledger from Batman, The Dark Knight. Yeah, right. He's, why so serious? It reminds me of that.
Folklore. Her story is one of the most well-known and terrifying tales in Japanese culture, often told to instill fear in children and caution in adults. There are several variations of her backstory. In one version, Kuchisake Onna was a beautiful but vain woman married to a samurai. She was unfaithful to her husband, who, in a fit of jealous rage, slit her mouth from ear to ear, asking her, "Who will think you are beautiful now?" before killing her. Her vengeful spirit then returned as Kuchisake Onna. Number 2. The Disfigured Woman. Another version suggests that Kuchisake Onna was a woman who was severely disfigured in an accident or attack. Humiliated and ostracized by society, she became filled with rage and bitterness, leading to her transformation into a malevolent spirit. That's a bit stupid lah. She got so angry that it transformed her into a spirit. I'm so ugly! It's like Hawk, but instead of turning into a green giant monster, you turn into the Kuchisake Onna. Kuchisake Onna is known for approaching lone travelers, particularly children, and asking them a simple question. Oh, okay, what does she ask? She says, "Watashi kire?" Am I beautiful? And how the victim responds determines their fate. Oh wow. Even if a woman asks you that question whether she's a demon or spirit or not, you should always say yes. Why the fuck would you say no? If the victim says yes, she removes her mask to reveal her disfigured mouth and asks, "Even now?" If the victim responds with fear or hesitation, she kills them by slashing their mouth to resemble hers. I see. So no hesitation, you gotta keep saying yes. If the victim answers no, she kills them immediately with scissors or a similar sharp object. Okay, so the only correct answer is just to immediately say yes, no hesitation. You can't hesitate and you can't say no.
Actually.
There are several strategies and answers believed to confuse or placate Kuchisake Onna, allowing the victim to escape. Ambiguous answers. So giving a vague or neutral answer like "you're average" can confuse her and give the victim a chance to flee. So insult her. So insult her.
Cannot insult her.
Yeah, like average
I did
lah. You're like, you're mid, average. She like, huh? Stunned. Huh? I'm average? How could she say that? Yeah, so calling her average will confuse her and then you have an opportunity to run away. Interesting. Gifts. Offering her candy or other treats is believed to distract her long enough for the victim to escape. Okay, that's a bit of a tough one lah, cause if you were suddenly
to carry
approached by
candies
the
all the time.
Kuchisake owner, you won't have any gifts with you unless you give her your iPhone. Okay, sure. Or you take the camera, then you show her her own image. You answer yourself lah, you pretty or not? Point the camera at her, give her a mirror. You answer yourself, reversing the question, asking her, do you think I'm beautiful? Oh wow. Can also confuse her and provide an opportunity to run away. So if she asks you ask her back, me? What about me? Am I beautiful? She like, what, that's not about you, it's about me. That's interesting. What a comical demon. I kind of like her. She sounds just like every other girl. You know, she's vain, wants to be beautiful, wants to be pampered, and wants to be affirmed and validated.
Yeah.
Right. Her story is often used as a cautionary tale for children, warning against them talking to strangers. Interpretations suggest that the legend of Kuchisake Onna reflects deeper societal issues, such as the pressure on women to conform to beauty standards and the fear of punishment for vanity or infidelity. Okay, yeah, so it does represent that, like I mentioned. I actually like this whole story of the Kuchisake Onna. She has a nice story, nice backstory. What is the Edo period Kuchisake Onna? Yeah, because she sounds quite weak and she sounds very indecisive and easily confused. In terms of strength, I would also put her at a C. Okay, I'll bump her up to B. Because I like her backstory. B.
So basically, Kuchisake Onna is, you know, like every other woman. Like, am I beautiful? Obviously, you mostly say yes. Why say no? So yeah. And if you can show her, if you can give her gifts or candies, you can run away. You know, so some people who are same or you know, like a big of otaku, like you know, like keyboard warriors, like I mentioned in one of my comments last time. So whoever are those, like, you know, they will be simping for her for sure. They'll be like, what? Is that easy? Okay, jokes apart. Let's move forward with Kappa. Let's see what Kappa offered or what Kappa does and how Sneaky Sushi gives us some insight of how we can protect ourselves from Kappa.
Another folklore creature from Japan. The kappa is a well-known creature from Japanese folklore, often depicted as a water-dwelling entity with both mischievous and malevolent tendencies. The word kappa is derived from the combination of kawa, meaning river, and wapa, meaning child. Kappas are often considered water deities or yokai. They have green, scaly skin, webbed hands and feet, and a beak-like mouth. One of their most distinctive features is the dish or bowl-like depression on the top of their head, which holds water. What the fuck? This water is the source of their power and life force. Kappa also often have a turtle-like shell on their back. So basically Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, but a very weak spot on their head. Basically you just push it over, then the water spill out, it dies already lah. Because that's their life force, right? Kappa approaches you, you just like
No, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to like show respect. In Japan, you bow, right?
Then if it bows back to you, it dies. Back to their characteristics. Cucumbers. Kappa are known to have a fondness for cucumbers. So cute. And it is said that writing one's name on a cucumber and throwing it into the water can appease them. Sounds very cute eh? This thing is not even scary. Kappa are infamous for their mischievous behavior, such as pulling pranks on humans, making noises to scare people, and peeking under kimonos. Ayo, pervert! Naughty, this kappa. So pervert. So despite their playful side, kappa can also be malevolent. They are known to drag people, especially children, into the water and drown them. They can be defeated or subdued by bowing deeply to them. When a kappa returns the bow, the water in the dish on their head spills, rendering them powerless, like we talked about previously. So yeah, pretty easy to defeat. You get, oh, this is a disgusting image of a kappa. Okay, now it looks kind of gross. I thought it was cute. In some legends, challenging a kappa to a sumo match and defeating it can make the kappa grant a wish or promise to leave the area. Okay, that's interesting. Honestly, I would choose the third option. I would sumo wrestle the kappa. First of all, because I want to touch and feel the kappa, and also it can grant me a wish. If I win, I can wish for anything and it will grant me a wish. It doesn't sound very harmful, just that it's mischievous and will drown children. But other than that, sounds like quite a cute creature. Many kappa stories serve as a cautionary tale, warning children and adults about the dangers of rivers and ponds. Overall, the kappa remains one of Japan's most enduring and fascinating folklore creatures. Looks like my precious golem, but Japanese water version. Honestly, in terms of power, it's actually fucking weak. One of the choices is to wrestling match. Would you wrestle a Pontianak? No, right? Then you wrestle, you just turn the head, die already. So I'm gonna put it at, unfortunately, D. But it sounds like a cute creature though. Now we jump to China, the Jiangshi. I think many of you have already heard about this demon.
Okay, so here's my question to people who are from Japan. Have you ever smoke wrestled with a kappa? If yes, please let me know in the comments. We will be love to hear the backstory behind it. Also, one more question to everyone who's watching this video. Have you ever sumo wrestled with a ghost? Or if not, will you? Will you sumo wrestle with a ghost? You know, if you can, or if you will, you know, it might become a great event like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. You know, it will be a great thing. Yeah, sumo wrestle with a ghost or something like that. I don't know, something like that.
Or this demon or creature is very popular. I've seen it numerous times in Chinese movies. The Jiangshi, often referred to as the hopping vampire or hopping ghost, is a prominent figure in Chinese folklore. According to Taoism, improper burials, failure to perform appropriate funeral rites, or violent deaths can prevent the soul from moving on, causing the body to become a Jiangshi. The Jiangshi legend may also be connected to the practice of corpse driving, where specialized Taoist priests transported corpses back to their hometowns for proper burial. These priests supposedly animated the corpse to make them hop back home, creating the basis for the Jiangshi myth. So basically, lazy priests who are too lazy to bring the corpse back home, they force the dead body to hop back to their hometown so that they can have a proper burial. Sounds a bit fucked up to me. The Jiangshi is typically depicted with distinctive features, often shown with a stiff body. This stiffness causes it to move by hopping rather than walking, often with its arms outstretched for balance. What the fuck, really? You can't even hop, you need to balance. To hop. Or that's why they put their hands out, I guess, is to balance. Not balancing.
Frog hopping.
Like a vampire, the Jiangshi has fangs that it uses to suck the life force or qi from the living. It primarily comes out at night, seeking to drain the life force of living beings. So it's basically a very lousy zombie. It's a slow-moving, lousy zombie that is guided by the smell of living humans. That's what it reminds me of, like Walking Dead zombies. So how do you protect yourself and how do you defeat the Jiangshi? Yellow paper talismans inscribed with Taoist symbols are a common means of repelling or immobilizing a Jiangshi. These talismans are often placed on the creature's forehead. You always see that talisman on the forehead when they're depicted in movies. It is believed that Jiangshis are afraid of their own reflection, so mirrors can be used to ward them off. The sounds of bells or the crowing of a rooster is said to scare away the Jiangshi. Like many supernatural creatures, the Jiangshi is vulnerable to fire and sunlight, which can destroy it.
So basically, lousy vampire zombie.
Of a vampire and a zombie. The emphasis on proper burial practices in Jiangshi stories underscores the cultural importance of honoring the dead and ensuring they rest in peace. As for the Jiangshi, again, sounds like another weak-ass demon. I'm gonna put it in D as well. Actually, now that I see the Jiangshi side by side with the Kappa, I feel like the Kappa should get a promotion. Jiangshi is so shitty. I think Kappa deserves at least a C. And actually, the Penanggalan, I think maybe a B. Yeah, Penanggalan maybe B. It's actually quite horrifying. Now that I've seen the other creatures, the Penanggalan is like way more scary than the Kappa and the Jiangshi.
Yeah, either.
Yeah, Pontianak is still A. Pontianak still A. The Toyol, another very famous spirit demon creature. The creature's origins are deeply rooted in traditional animistic and shamanistic practices that predate the arrival of major religions like Islam and Hinduism in the region. The Toyol is similar to a creature from Filipino mythology called the Tiyanak and the legendary kumantong from Thailand, or kumantong, the little baby, the fetus. Then people usually wear a charm or a pendant of it. The toyol is believed to be a spirit of a stillborn child or a dead fetus, invoked by a shaman or witch doctor to assist its master in various tasks such as stealing money or valuable items, causing harm to others, or spying on people. It is usually depicted as being the size of a small child, often with greenish or greyish skin, large eyes, and a prominent belly. I think you kind of told me a story before, right?
One day at home, I was washing my face in the kitchen at the basin area, and then there was nobody at home. Out of nowhere, I just heard footsteps running across my kitchen behind me.
Yeah.
And then I got super freaked out, and I just ran back to my room and hid under my blanket. My parents, or rather my mum, had a miscarriage before, but I don't think it's the toyo, but I don't know. The thing is, I don't know. You never know what it exactly is. My eldest brother has sort of seen a kid playing on top of his stomach when he was still sleeping with us. When he was still staying with us back then. I don't know how much of this is true. This is just me speculating.
So what is the process of invoking and I guess summoning a toyol? A toyol is typically obtained through a shaman or bomo. The spirit of a stillborn child or a dead fetus is captured and housed in a vessel such as a jar or a bottle, which is then given to the summoner. In the picture you can see that is an image of a dead fetus. The owner must perform specific rituals to keep the toyol obedient and active. This may include offerings of blood, milk, or other food items, as well as chanting mantras or incantations. The toyol must be treated with care and respect, much like a living child. Neglecting or mistreating it can result in the toyol turning against its master or causing misfortune. Yeah, I would never touch or do these kind of things. It's a bit too scary,
it's
and you never
scary.
know what will happen out of it. You know,
Yeah,
if
it's
suddenly
scary.
you're really bored of the toyol,
Some
and,
scary
dancing,
stuff
you
out
got to
there.
maintain it, then how? What are you gonna do with it? Cannot just throw it in the dumpster, right? You'll come back and find you. You never want to dabble in black magic or things like that. Now, what are the countermeasures if you believe that someone is using a toyol against you? Placing needles, scissors, or other sharp objects around the house is thought to deter the toyol, as it is believed to fear these items. I realize a lot of creatures fear sharp objects or sharp items. Performing religious rituals, prayers, and seeking the help of religious leaders are common practices to protect against or dispel toyol. So here is a comment that we found on Reddit. During my childhood, once says that toyol can appear from green peas. If you let the green peas on the floor, it can grow into toyol and can steal your money. And if you don't use blanket to cover your big toes, toyol will suck your toes. This sounds very different from what we described earlier, but I did not know that you can grow a toyol from green peas. I'm gonna try that tonight. I'll be scattering some toyols outside my corridor and see if I have a bunch of babies like just on the floor. If you have any stories of your own, please leave them down in the comments. I'm gonna read your real life stories of maybe your neighbor or yourself if you have kept a toyol or have experienced or you think you have experienced a toyol presence around you. And finally, we rank the toyol. Oh, how gross that is, man. These kind of things always send shivers down my spine. Just these rituals and practices. What do you think the toyol is?
Honestly, if you ask me, all of them is S tier. If I see any of them, I'm gonna freak out, man.
Even the kappa, even the cute kappa.
No way I'm gonna bow to him. I'm just gonna run. This is probably...
Best way to do is run.
You don't know when this thing is haunting you.
Yeah, true actually. Yeah, I think that's one of the scarier thing. You don't know who has summoned a toyol on you. The fear of the unknown, that's a very scary thing. Okay, toyol. You put toyol on. Hey. Yeah, let me know what you think of our tier list. Do you think we rate it correctly? What would you rate all these demons? If you want to grow some toyols, throw some green peas outside your house. Join me. Let's grow toyols together. Okay, bye.
So, what do you think of these urban legends? Do you have any urban legends in your country or in your specific areas? Then please let me know in the comment section as well. We can also make videos about them. So what if Sneaky Sushi doesn't make any video about them? We can make it, okay? And if Sneaky Sushi makes more, we will react on it. I'm sure if you put me in the comments, and if Sneaky Sushi watched this video, he might, because he's kind of ghost hunter thing. He goes, try to find out where the ghosts are and everything. So if I'll make it for sure. But if you see it, I'm pretty sure he will also make some ghost stories or something like that. Not ghost story per se, but urban legends, because he that's what he does. And what I do is I entertain people. That's what I do. Entertainment, games. That's what my channel is all about for. Usually, I don't do spooky or ghost or kind of things, but I found it very hilarious and very funny. So I thought, why not react on it? So let me know in the comments. I will be happy to read all of your comments. Please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to Sneaky Sushi's channel. Give him love and support. Give my channel love and support. Okay, as my channel is new and I'm still growing, and I hope I'll reach to 1000 subscribers soon. I'm at how much? I think 700 to cross. I'm 728 or something. I don't know. I hope I will reach to 1000 soon. So that's it for today, guys. We'll meet you in next video. This is Amesora. I'm signing off.